let's talk about the Mariners.
Heck yeah.
So, like Sam kind of stated earlier, a decent 2 out of 3 from the Phillies, the best team
Yep.
in the NL by only barely like a game, basically over the Dodgers. We did struggle a little bit on the road. We did do well against the White Sox, but again,
We honestly,
who
I was
cares?
looking at the Red Sox. We got absolutely obliterated the first game,
Mm-hmm.
won the second game by a lot, and then we only lost 3-2.
Well, and it's a
So-
weird one because I personally think playing in Fenway, it's hard to know that oh yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't know, it's Fenway. It can either be a 1-1 game or it can be a 400-400 game. And unfortunately, it was the other way, and we weren't ready as a hit. Coming home, really fun. With Justin Turner hitting a grand slam.
That was pretty exciting.
Randy has been pretty solid for us so far. Obviously,
Luke Rayleigh hit a nuke.
That thing was loaded on.
Jeez.
We might be able to put some clips up of
I
those
hope
home
so.
runs.
That
But like sweeping
ball was
the
crushed.
White Sox, because we were all on the road for that 6-game series, and we took 4 out of 6. I'm okay with it. Coming off of the All-Star break, we lost 2 to the Astros, which really sucked. And then we got swept by the Angels, which for some reason the Angels have our number this year, which just kind of goes that way. But again, we put up 2 and 6 against the Phillies last game. Gilbert had a great game yesterday.
Yeah.
And we went against Wheeler, who's a good pitcher.
Zach Wheeler is good.
And now we have a good homestand. We're at home. We have the day off today. The homestand, we should take at least, I would say, 4 or 5.
I mean, we're playing the Tigers, who theoretically we should sweep.
And it's Castillo, Kirby.
yeah.
But we do see what's his head. We see
Tarek Skubal.
yeah, thank you. I was gonna say I know all these people, but I don't know their names. We see him against Kirby Thursday. They haven't announced. I think it's Woo for us. I'm going Saturday. Friday would be Miller. Saturday Gilbert, and then Castillo again on Sunday. I think we need to get 5. I think that's a fair
That'd be so nice.
idea.
And we're a game ahead of first as of right now, so that's nice.
And then again, it's not that it gets easier, but I know like Detroit we should sweep Detroit. Obviously, I don't think we will because we're the Mariners. The Mets we should take 2 out of 3. In my opinion, we probably won't because we're the Mariners. Detroit again, we should do well against them. I know we go to Pittsburgh and we have to see Skeens.
Darn.
So we're gonna lose one at least. yeah. Then we go to the Dodgers, which sucks. So that road trip is kind of tough, especially going to Detroit, Pittsburgh, and then all the way back down to LA. No days off. And then we come back home again. San Francisco probably should beat at least 2 out of 3. Tampa Bay should.
It'll be
probably win
competitive
2.
against Tampa Bay for some reason, even though
Yeah.
they really don't have much anymore. They're always
And
good,
then we go back
so.
down south to the Angels, which will get swept because why not? Then we go to
Yeah.
Oakland for a 4-game series, which we should win them all.
least
I would
3.
think we would win them all. Then to St. Louis. I'm just kind of going through the rest of the season. Then to St. Louis. We should take 2 out of 3. There's my father. And then we go San Diego, who we always beat. I don't know why. We
played
have
very well
their
against
number.
them.
Then Texas at home. Then the Bronx Bombers come to town. But again, like we should be able to get a couple out of Texas. We should probably be able to get at least 1 or 2 out of New York. Like New York has been struggling. They did just sweep the Phillies. So I think they'll be. I mean, obviously this is a ways away, so it's hard to say anything. Then again, we just end the series or the season against. We go to Texas. We go to Houston, which of course we get Logan Gilbert for. Who cares? And then the A's come to town. So it's not
exciting.
like the hardest schedule. I think after we get through the road trip of the Pittsburgh and LA, we go. I mean, it's not like there's no team besides. Obviously, you have Texas, which could be an interesting series. Always, we've had their number pretty well this year. The Yankees, tough. Houston is going to be the series that decides probably the season. In my opinion, it could be close to that. If we have like a 5-game lead going into Houston,
That would be
I think
so
we're
ideal.
Probably fine.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
what
don't
I
know.
want.
But it's been fun. I mean, obviously you're doing a lot of this and most of this without Julio, which is the reason we're not. I mean, I don't know if we're doing good or not. Victor Robles, he's basically
Been
playing
unreal.
like Bobby Witt Jr. right now. Not quite, but close. Last 30 games, basically since he's joined us, 28 for 77, batting .364, slugging at 350 or 532. So not really hitting home runs. He has 3 of them, 5 RBIs, 11 strikeouts, 10 stolen bases, 6 walks. He's been a spark plug. And if we decide to bring back JP and lead off JP, I'm going to be quite pissed
Yeah.
because JP has not been good.
Mm-mm.
And like how I look at this is one, I like the trades, Randy obviously, and Justin Turner. I like both of them. Justin Turner gives you a veteran presence of I've won it.
He's just solid.
I've done he's done
that's all
everything,
it is.
and he can
Yeah.
fill in at 30 if need be. He probably won't. He'll probably play first, which he's going to probably play the most of it. But he can play third if you need him. Obviously, big news from the Mariners kind of too. Ty France is on the Reds.
He's the Reds, yeah.
Not that it really matters, but you can bring him up. Then you have, which is annoying because you should bring up Ryan Bliss for a second because he's been raking in the minors again. Tyler Locklear already got sent down. They brought up Jason Vossler.
Oh, yes. I don't know where he came from. He was from like the Reds or something. We picked him like randomly. So I was like,
he just to fill in. So I think Turner and Rayleigh will play first a lot. Cade Marlowe's been up. Julio, I think, comes back. He's supposed to come back tomorrow. I believe that's
he's
the
coming
rumor.
back this week for sure.
Yeah. And so that's going to make your outfield pretty much what it's going to look like. And it should never change it, Scott. It should be Julio, Randy, in left, because I'm going backwards for you guys.
Yeah.
And then Robles in right. That should be that should be your lineup every game. I don't care who's pitching. Keep them consistent. Let them hit. But the good thing to me is now you're probably going to go, to me, how I would put the lineup out. Robles leading off still. Why would you change him? He's on fire. Probably Julio second.
I'd probably hit,
Or Randy. And you can flip them. And then you have some serious now. I think you had when Julio was a rookie was you had coverage for the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think now he realizes maybe I don't need to swing at everything. I have Justin Turner who's a threat. I have Cal Raleigh who's a threat. I have Luke Rayleigh who needs to also play every game because he's just been that good.
Yeah.
Like he's been consistent. There's no reason to dump him. Don't put Mitch Garver in. And obviously, fans, please stop being mean to Mitch Garver. I don't know if you saw this.
Garver's a backup, and then just leave it alone.
But just don't.
Yeah.
There's no room for hate like that in sports. There are reports that people have sent him messages of like
that's crazy,
killing your family and stuff. That is not okay.
No,
we don't condone that. We want him to be successful because we love the Mariners. And if he's not successful, that sucks. But he's also a baseball player. It's not the end of the world. He's not Jesus. He's not going to save my life. He might make me cry if he strikes out in the bottom of the ninth inning in the World Series with the game on the line. But
please don't be in that situation.
Yeah, Mitch, just don't do it. But there's no room for that. So I think Mitch, like you said, should just be a backup. He can DH every once in a while. Let's put him in there. Why not? Like once a week. That's totally fine. You're paying him enough money. Give him a chance. But you do that. So then you put keep Rojas. I would like Rojas to bat ninth, to be honest, because I just got my standing goal. I've been sitting for 58 minutes.
Good stuff.
Keep Rojas, I think, at the bottom of I like him at 9.
Yeah.
Get him on base to let Robles do something with it. But I don't, it's just interesting because like JP obviously is going to come back and play short. He's a great shortstop defender, but he's been hitting like poopy poops.
He's not been good at all.
I just talked way too much. That was my rant for a while because he's only batting, 204. Honestly, don't even put him in the starting lineup. I don't care that he's your captain. He's not.
Yeah.
Like, in my opinion, put Rojas over there or even put Polanco or Bliss over there. Like,
Polanco's
been on
insane.
I don't know what I'm looking it up. His last.
Dude, he's been on fire.
Fire is a tough word, but yes.
Compared to where he was?
Well, sure. So his past 15 games, yes. Past 7 games, he's been on fire. Past 7 games, he's batting 308 with 3 home runs, 7 RBIs. He's 8 for 26. Last 15, he's batting 268 with 5 home runs,
so much better.
10 RBIs. Yeah, that's what we need out of him. But I agree. I don't. I'm one of those people, when we got rid of Ty France, I was really sad, but I also said, hey, we need to do it. We have to shake something up.
Yeah.
And Ty France has not been good. It's time to move on. It gives Luke Rayleigh a chance to play. It gives Justin Turner, who obviously we didn't know we were trading for, but they probably did. You have to shake it up. And JP, and that was my hot take when I said we should trade Cal Raleigh. Cash in on him. You have guys down below. Now, obviously, they did not do that, and I'm not shocked because I was a hot take. But like JP Crawford, could be time to move on next year and try to. I mean, you have these 2 young stud shortstops coming up. You might as well. It might be time.
We'll find out.
He's had a terrible year.
Not great,
but
not at all.
So I don't know. They're in an interesting spot. They have a day off today, which is kind of nice, so I don't have to sweat or stress about him. But but Victor Robles has been my fun one. I think he has a good chance of winning Comeback Player of the Year. But
yeah.
You were gone for like the whole week, so you don't even know what happened. I was sitting on the Columbia River when they were like, "Oh, we trade for Randy Rosarino." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I have to make a video." Trying to do other things, trying to change things up, doing random videos as things are happening, trying to make things work. It's been tricky. And Sam's doing nothing. Sam's just going on walks all day. So help me out, guys.
for sure.
But that's all I had.
The only other somewhat exciting thing, it's not that big a deal. Matt Brash is throwing again. So he's going to start in mid-August.
That's crazy. I'm
probably not coming back for anything, but I loved seeing him last year, so can't wait for him to be back.
And man, if he could somehow sneak on, what is it, the 50-man roster when they extend it or whatever, just sneak on there and be a playoff arm.
I wish.
That'd be crazy. And even if it's just like, hey, 10 pitch maximum. Okay? Throw 10 freaking sliders.
Is
Woo!
Insane.
Well, then you still don't have...
Santos is on the 15-day IL right now.
IL.
Yeah.
So there's definitely some...
The
Yeah, there's definitely some injuries that are a bummer. I think if like the Mariners were fully healthy, they would be in a much different situation. But that's obviously what it could have, should have. I do need to find my verse number, which I know it was a verse of the week, so I can find it. But... And do you have anything else?
I guess if it's not really that big of a deal.
Okay, then
we
don't
lost
say it.
Stanek,
Oh.
so honestly, love that because Scott Service overused him. So thank goodness.
Yeah, I think he started out the year really well, but then
Just was not good.
I think it was just one of those things where
We needed
like you said, he was overused. I think he's a very good bullpen arm when used correctly.
Yeah.
But like you said, I think he was just poorly managed. And I think I was talking to my dad about this weekend. I don't really care if the Mariners win the World Series, Scott can say, but that to me as of now, that is the only thing that saves Scott's job.
Yeah.
Even if we could make the ALCS, we could make the World Series. You got to make a change. I think that was like with the Seahawks we talked about with the new coach, young coach, going from a 77-year-old in
Something
Pete
like
Carroll
that,
to a 34-year-old,
36.
36-year-old.
Yeah.
You have to make a change. Like it's the time of it, and I get Pete Carroll was an amazing coach for us. He did a great job, but hey, at some point you got to cut ties, and I think Scott has run his course.
It's like 9 years this year, I think.
9 or 10.
Yeah, it's a long time.
He has done. Yes, we're Mariner fans, so we'll sit there and go, he broke the curse. I don't care. If we had the curse for another, if we didn't break the curse and it was still going on, it doesn't make a difference to me. We haven't won anything.
No.
That's why you trade Julio Rodriguez, everyone.
Absolutely not. But that's okay.
But I think Scott has to go. That's my biggest take, and I think that will be like my end of the year review when the Mariners are kicked out of the playoffs or wherever they are. I'm just going to say
bye-bye.
Time to go. But we'll see. It should be interesting. The Mariners I think they're in a good spot. I don't know all the contract situations with like Randy. I think we have him for at least one more year. No, we have an arbitration year, I think.
I think it was 1 or 2, but I know it's not just this year, which is good.
Yeah, I think it's
it
an
gives him some time in
arbitration.
Seattle. Hopefully he likes it. Hopefully he does well. Hopefully we keep him because we need that second superstar so bad.
Rosarina. And then I don't know what Justin Turner's is either.
It was a 1 year.
I think it is as well.
Yeah.
So Justin Turner, or this is not Justin Turner, this is Randy. Randy has 2 more years of ARB and then a free agency, so he'll make a little bit. Justin Turner, which again, these aren't like bad. And I know Yemi Garcia is wow, he's making $13 million this year.
That's crazy.
1 year. Well, it's not one. That's a lie. Oh no, it is say that. We're only paying. Oh wow, we're only paying him 2.4.
Nice.
The Blue Jays are paying 10.5.
That's what I like to see.
That's actually a decent move from us. He's 39. I didn't know he was that old. I knew he was old, but
he's hitting 260.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. I think that Randy will probably end up staying if he does well and we make the playoffs. I don't know what he'll probably make, maybe 8 to 10. I don't think he's not had a good enough years to be like, I'm ARB for 25. Like, no, you're not worth it because you didn't do that. But the other one too is Victor Robles. Like,
he's gonna get paid. That's what's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
But even if he ends out the year just decent, he's
young,
been a good
he's
player,
young enough
and
to
then
be,
just kind of sucked. Then you come back, you're gonna get paid.
Yeah, but and the problem is like we're stuck with Mitch Haniger for another year and Garver.
I think Haniger's done.
Is Haniger done? I know we have Garver still.
Yeah, Garver's for next year for 12, which is really unfortunate.
Yeah. But maybe we can package him with
somebody.
Knowing us, we'll probably be like, yeah, here's Munoz and his for who was it? Robinson Cano for
my
Jared.
gosh.
Bring back Jared Kelenic.
Absolutely not.
All right, that kind of wraps it up.
Thanks for listening to the Kind of Athletic podcast. Be sure to follow us on all of our socials and come back next week for next week's episodes.